I'm at Zikoko Citizen Town Hall where there are lots of people here, young Nigerians, passionate about Nigeria's democracy. And I have a lot of questions to ask them, particularly about what they make of Nigeria's democracy, how involved they want to get, especially ahead of 2027. So we're just going to go around, ask a few questions, and feel free to engage me in the comment section as well. So let's go. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how healthy is Nigeria's democracy, and what would need to happen for it to move 2 points?
You want to go first?
I was about to ask you the same question.
How healthy? I'd say 5. 2 points right now, much stronger opposition.
So, scale of 1 to 10, I'm rating Nigeria's democracy a solid 4. It's not solid, actually. It can shake back to 3. But what do we need to do to get it 2 steps ahead? We need consistency. The whole business of every 4 years, we're like, oh, we change it doesn't work. What happens in between the 4 years that will push us 2 steps further?
My answer is nice today. So my answer is 3. To move on by 2 points, that means we have to get to a 50%. So it means that we have to have a more transparent electoral process, and then we have to have a very reduced show of force whenever the government does not agree with the citizens. If we solve those 2 things, we move to 50%, and then we'll tackle newer problems.
Okay.
Okay, so at the moment, Nigeria's democracy, I rated a 3.5, and mostly because of what happened in 1999. Because we switched to a democratic dispensation, we voted and blah, 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 blah. What needs to happen for it to get to a 5, a solid 5? INEC's true independence. INEC being able to upload election results in real time. I think that's a great start. That's an indication that we know what we're doing.
Does it exist in Nigeria? I think that's the first question. Does democracy even exist in Nigeria? I don't think so. Like I can't attach. The thought of it even makes me sad. Yeah.
Minus 52. That's where I think Nigeria's democracy is at. And I might sound pessimistic, but genuinely, I think Nigeria operates on a very interesting. Autocracy is such a strong word, but godfatherism, Bogotibo, all of that, is just very. It makes for a bleak existence. I think Nigeria operates a pathetic excuse for democracy, to be honest, because choosing between worse and worse, because the system to even have before you even you are voting for people, right? But the people you are even voting for, they have been screened out. Like good people have been screened out by virtue of what the system is. Yes, they're selling local government chairman for like millions of naira. Who has that? Which upstanding, upright, morally good person? Like in fact, morally good such a stretch. We should have like halfway decent. Which halfway decent person going to spend 12 I'm speedballing there, but like I don't know what it is. Which morally upright person going to spend 12 just to buy a nomination form? You are not even win. But that one less. What must change? We need to have a complete upheaval and overhaul of Nigerian values because we worship money too much.
I think something has to be alive to be healthy, right?
-1.
It's not alive. So again, it's more like theatrical than present. So we have the things that show for democracy, things like elections where everybody has votes, right? But again, is it really democratic when votes are not really accounted for or votes have been suppressed and stuff like that? We have civil rights, human rights laws, right? But are they really put to practice? Are they really acknowledged, right? And so more like we have the show for it. It's more theatrical, just like there's just for show, but there's no really sign of anything being seriously done. But thank you.
So a lot of people are not actually pleased with Nigeria's democracy. I haven't gotten any response over a 7, actually a 5 so far, and that bothers me. because like we've had uninterrupted democratic growth since 1999. So that's like 27 years now. That's not like that's 27 years of uninterrupted democracy. I think that it's enough time for us to have at least a considerable measure of democratic health. But then again, Nigerians are speaking their piece, so let's go look for more Nigerians.
Four. I would say four. Four. So we're work in progress.
What will make it the six?
I think what will make it a six is citizens' participation. A lot of citizens are completely disengaged from the electoral process, not just from elections, actually, even from governance generally. And they'll rather pray in church for God to move their lives forward than to hold those in government accountable. So I think citizens' participation is the biggest and the most defining factor in moving our democracy forward.
Right now, I would rate it a 5. And the reason why I'm still giving it a 5 is because we are not under military rule just yet. And at least I saw that from Nigeria's partnership with what went down with the Benin coup. We still have a lot of, military power. So I'll just give us a 5. What I'll say 2 points. 2 points is that we need to definitely strengthen our institutions. All the things that we've talked about, the electoral reforms, especially the beavers, which was mentioned here today, it needs to be operational. Every part of it needs to be operational for this to work.
So there you have it. Young Nigerians are expressly saying, even though it's their opinion, that they don't believe that Nigeria's democracy is healthy enough. And that tells us something, that the work to strengthen Nigeria's democracy is largely dependent on how healthy we want our country to be. And you hear people saying, oh, we need to do more when it comes to citizen participation. And I think that was the more common reason for an unhealthy democracy in the country today. So I guess the question to you is, what are you doing in your own little way to make sure that Nigeria's democracy becomes healthier? Because no one is coming to save us. No one. It is going to be us who will have to step up and do what needs to be done. My name is Chika, and if you enjoy conversations like this, then you have found the right channel for you. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.